Best Microsoft Teams tips and tricks. In this video, we're going to be talking about a software that is used by many, time and nowadays. Now, the reason for that is because Microsoft Team allows you to connect with your whole business and, practically with your whole team. And, while connecting, you can also stay engaged in your business ventures. Now, there are 300,000 organizations and 115 million active users on Microsoft Teams every day. And if you're one of them, you may wonder, what efficiency gains or helpful new functionalities you could unlock. So, basically look no further. These power user moves will help you get the most from the software. Implement a few at a time, and before long, you'll be harnessing the full power behind this surprisingly versatile platform. Now, basically, what is Microsoft Teams? Teams is a chat based collaborative workspace, all right? It features groups and individual messaging, voice or video calls, and file sharing. Now, like other messaging services, Teams messages can incorporate emojis and GIFs. So think of it as a social media site for your internal team. It's, organized into these certain groups, and, those groups of people can be invited. And when they're invited, obviously, you can get them to collaborate through chat, document sharing, and even real time video conferencing while the platform organizes all materials that go along with them. So you can create any number of channels that, the places where you chat and share files for your organization. And you can pretty much create a channel by, coming over to chat. And once you come over to chat, you're simply going to click on new chat, and once you click on new chat, you can start adding people into this section. So, it's become so popular due in large part to its conclusion with Microsoft 365. At no extra cost, you can get a whole messaging app that lets allow you to, create and integrate with over 600 apps. Now, signing up with a free account gets you unlimited chat messages and searches, audio and video calling with individuals and groups capped at 60 minutes per session, which is quite a lot of time, 10 gigs of team file storage, and 2 gigs per person of individual storage. So, it has pretty incredible stuff to work on and show you. So, here are some of the tips and tricks on knowing how Microsoft Team works, you know. So, knowing how to use it well is another. Fortunately, there are plenty of smart tricks experienced users rely on to make teams more effective and much more efficient. So, if I were to give you a list of, the different tips and tricks you can follow, so first of them is using your keyboard shortcuts. So, basically, Teams itself has a lot of functionality going on, but you can approach them through keyboard shortcuts. Now, on the browser version, you cannot use the shortcuts, but obviously, if you have it downloaded as an application in your PC, in that case, you can use all of, the shortcuts that it provides you. Now, moving on, you can also search through any conversation that you have. So, if you have any activity over here or any conversations, you can basically search through them. So, whatever conversation you go to, it basically allows you, just like this. Up here, there's a search bar where you can search any private conversations of yours and, pretty much get whatever message you are looking for. You can also search using different shortcut commands. So you can, pretty much combine the first and second tip I gave you. Now you can also send and filter messages using @. So let's say if I want to soul someone out, I'm going to go ahead, write @. I'm also going to go ahead and write their name in. So let's say I want to message this person. So I'm going to add an @ and, I'm just going to send the @ it's going to basically notify just them that this person is trying to message you, so just filter messages out to one specific person if you want to. You can also avoid being disturbed. And how is that? So basically, if you want to avoid, someone to disturb you, what you can do is you can switch from available to do not disturb, and you can set a status message like I'm away or something like that. And what that does is, if it's on D&D or do not disturb, alternatively, no one should message you, but even if they do, you will not get any notifications because you have told Teams that, you don't want to be disturbed with the messages. You can also get a better background for your chats. So whatever chat you start, like let's say I'm going to start this chat over here. Okay. What you're going to do is basically You're going to come to the chat's settings. You're going to go over to the settings over here. You can come over to appearance and accessibility. And, this basically allows you to add, any type of images you want in the background, or, if you want to play around with, whatever background you have, you can do that. Now, another great feature is that in the settings in notification and activities, you can also go ahead and tweak different things like, muting your notifications. You can play sounds with notifications that you're getting, or play sounds when you're busy or in a meeting, etc. You can also change your displays, like showing messages and content previewing in your notifications, which is also a pretty cool feature to have for your messages. Okay, then moving back onto chat, you can use GIFs to build cultures for yourself. So, pretty much we have GIFs over here, and, it's basically powered by Giphy, which is, I'd say, one of the best GIF platforms out there. So it basically allows you to take GIFs off of Giphy to make, your chat much more cultured, and it makes it much more comfortable to talk in, much fun to talk in. You can also go ahead and translate different texts for yourself. So, if you're talking to some Chinese or German client and you don't know how to speak that language, you can pretty much send any message and you can translate it to their language. You can also go ahead and design something. So let's say if you want to create an image or you want to alter an image, you can design it through this section. You can also create these templates through design. It's pretty cool and a good feature to have, if you want to show someone a 3D model or a mock-up of, working on what you're creating, that can be used in those cases. And obviously, to get a better accessibility of the shortcuts, what you can do is you can come here over to keyboard shortcuts, and as you can see, you have it open right here, where it gives you a list of all the keyboard shortcuts that you can get. So, if I go ahead and do this, look at this. It's going to give you a whole list of shortcuts on how you can do some specific thing. So let's say if I want to, go ahead and let's say move chats, to move to the chats list, you can press Alt, Shift, and L. So if I press Alt, Shift, and L on any chat, it's going to basically move it to the chat list. And moving on with more over on the features, you can also send urgent chat notifications to people. Again, if you want to do that, you're pretty much going to mention them, and that should urgently, notify them that this user is trying to, grab your attention, or this user is trying to talk to you, etc. Then creating private channels is also a pretty incredible feature, because not only can you invite, teams, but you can also create private conversations where you can, do a one-on-one with any member or any client of the team, in case you want to, have a specific conversation with them that you don't want others to read. You can also chat with non-users from within Teams. So basically, if there's a user out there that does not use Microsoft Teams itself, you can also chat with them, because Teams can also go ahead and message across third-party softwares or third-party platforms, okay? And you can, prioritize them with their channels and Teams, pin their messages, and whatnot. So, it streamlines the whole flow of your work, and, it has a lot of power automated apps as well that helps you in creating new teams efficiently, utilizing your message center, and, use all of the management softwares. Now, among this, you can also use this feature, which is the polls feature. So if you want, a hierarchical vote on some specific business venture or some specific business deal, you can use the polls feature. So, again, a great way to stay bonded with your workspace at the same time as, working on your business. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is when it comes to talking about Microsoft Teams and how, you can get a lot of tips and tricks about it, and, use those tips and tricks for better use. So yeah, that is pretty much all there is for this video. Now, if you did enjoy watching, please do make sure to drop down a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, do let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be making a whole lot more for you. Till then, that is all from me, and I'll be seeing all of you wonderful people in the very next video. Have a great day. Goodbye.